Hi guys, I'm Shmi, and today you join me in the Michelin Supercar Paddock at the 2017 Goodwood Festival of Speed to take a look at a rather special new car, a car that was introduced earlier this year at the Geneva Motor Show, and that's sat right here, the Italdesign Zerouno. Zerouno, literally the translation from Italian for 01, the first project of its nature from the company that is now creating these special vehicles under the Italdesign brand. And I'll even come back here to show you the logo with the bull, because they are from Turin in Italy, Italdesign Automobili Speciali. Now there'll only be 5 of these, 4 of which are sold. This is the test car, the development, the prototype car. It's been taken to Nardo, it's been through extensive testing, and as you can see, it is very, very wild in terms of its design. The lead designer, Filippo Perini, has formerly worked for 13 years as the chief designer at Lamborghini, so you can see those styling cues from the Centenario, from the Veneno, from the Aventador J, those kind of things. So we're going to jump in right now, head out on the car. I'll show you around it in a little bit more detail in a moment, and then we'll be going up the hill climb. But the cars have started rolling out. That means it's time for me to jump in. We'll get on board and start this journey. And away we go, a little bit of a supercar traffic jam as we exit the paddock. And we join this lineup of cars then, ready to go up the hill climb shortly. Let's hop out in a second and have another look around the outside of this. The inside of this car is very much in prototype stage, but the door card is complete. So it's got carbon fibre throughout, as you can see. The full dashboard will be carbon fibre. We can have a little look at the driver zone shortly after the run, and that will be too. But there's Alcantara, there's the leather door pull, you've got the 01 badging there on the carbon panel as well. That's all pretty neat. But let's have a look around the exterior of this car. Like I said, there is a lot of inspiration from the sort of Lamborghini one-off projects. Italdesign fits into the VW group to create these cars. We can sort of maybe assume in the future there'll be 02. I guess there might even be interest in a roadster if enough customers request the car or are interested in it. In terms of design, you can see there are lots of sort of things that are inspired by aerodynamics, motorsport, airflow throughout, all these sort of big cutaways behind the rear, sort of wheels behind the rear tyres. But let's start actually back around towards the front. Talk about this, and the first thing I'm going to mention is the Y duct. So air comes in through here, in through the sort of front nostril, splits out over the car to give it a bit more downforce and pushing down towards the front. And in fact, if you come around here, you can actually see straight the way through, which is quite neat. Below that, Bespoke Headlights. You've got this sort of floating area of front fins. Now these are literally hollowed. You can go right round behind them. And they're sort of floating in the front rather than a traditional bumper to help with airflow through the car and to give it downforce as well, and direct air around the side. So it's all carbon fibre. The entire body is carbon fibre. It's wrapped red on this particular car for visual effect to look cool, but you can see the radiator's very open down there at the front. The wheels have carbon fibre on them too. This is done for pulling air out, so it gives the maximum air effect for getting it out. The same with the louvres on the front arches for removing that air, getting rid of the hot air. Back here you've got 2 radiators, one on either side for different parts of the engine, and again this fin directs airflow in through there for maximum cooling effect possible. Now again, everything's carbon fibre. The roof, the full body panel setup has changed from the donor car. Back here it has the Audisport 5.2 litre naturally aspirated V10. They take the very best of the engines that they make. It shares the platform with the Hurricane and with the R8 Plus, so 610 horsepower. And yeah, sounds pretty awesome as well when we heard it earlier. And there's a fixed wing back here sitting high and proud above the rear deck. These rear lights again are on a floating panel, which is really neat, and the way they come round towards the back in towards the Italdesign logo is pretty cool too. But again, very open. You can put your hands all the way around. This is all to do with getting the airflow out of the back of the car. And down here, it is crazy. The carbon fibre everywhere, all exposed carbon. The wings for downforce, for airflow, for getting it out the back of the car and escaping it as fast as possible. Then the exhaust tips, titanium, save weight, or titanio in Italian. And they also have the quando effect, which means due to the shape of them, it pulls the air out, it sucks the air out from underneath. Just how Red Bull Formula 1 cars worked And even there are parts of this car that are inspired by various different generations of motorsport. There are different cars along the way, and you can see motorsport inspiration from the fact that even the rear deck is unbuckled and then lifted off and removed, which is quite cool too. So the design is supposed to be something out there. It's supposed to be special, stand out, and look amazing. And it does so with a lot of presence. So this car is, like I said, the test car, the prototype car, the development car. There are going to be 5 customer cars of these, of the coupe with the fixed roof. And I think it's time to jump back in and get ready for the cars to head on out towards the track before we take a little bit of another look around later on as well. The world's greatest supercar traffic jam. The Rolls-Royce Sweptail, the most expensive new car in the world, £10 million. One-off bespoke commission. Okay then, the start line. Here we go. Are awesome. The titanium exhaust here is everything you need. That and a V10. Yeah, cool, nice. The sound in here is awesome. Yes. It's really, really good.
Quickly, but not bad. Yeah, the sound is really nice, and also the setup of the car.
Yeah.
So,
that view as you roll up here, it's super cool. You just have this whole lineup of the entire supercar paddock in one place as we pull back round. This is amazing. Well then, we're up at the top, and this is quite literally the world's greatest supercar car park. As well as the Italdesign Zerouno, we've got the P1 LM, I'm standing next to a P1 GTR, you've got the NSX, you've got the Rimac Concept 1, LFA, Bentley Supersport, AMG GTR, C63 Black Series. Basically it just carries on. The new GT2 RS just here, Ford GT we can see sticking out. Yeah, it's literally everything and everything. But let's talk a little bit more about this car. Platform sharing with the R8 and with the Hurricane means it's well developed, of course, but that titanium exhaust sounds glorious. Make that to the V10, a naturally aspirated V10, and you have what we've been listening to and enjoying. So it's quite a project, quite a fun little drive up the hill there to experience and enjoy, and I look forward to seeing what these guys have in the future, where this is going. But this is a sort of opening entry project to these sort of custom special cars, these sort of one-offs, if you could call them that. It's quite a good way to get started. The company itself is actually 50 years old next year. They're 49 years old at the moment, making quite a few cars already, more sort of business to business, selling cars into other companies, prototypes, development mules, those kind of things. And it's exciting that they're sort of now able to make these cars for the public under the Italdesign banner. So this is cool. Look forward to seeing where that's going to end up. For now, I think we've got to jump back in the cars. We head back down the hill towards the paddock. The dashboard is fully updated, so it's got a carbon fibre surround. We have to see more of that, but remember this is a prototype development car. It's got new sort of colourings, the yellow, new logos, new styles, new formats, and it gives you a nice Italdesign logo as well when you turn it on and off. You see here it's got that sort of dual view, so if the rev counter is moved, you press the button, it splits out like that, and you can sort of set it up. So that's all tried and tested, and we know that works very well. this fabulous machine. Quite a piece of kit, quite special. And also very rare, but the price of that exclusivity, 1.5 million euros plus taxes. What that gets you is a completely carbon fiber bodied 1 of 5 Zerouno by Italdesign. Anyway, I have rather enjoyed that drive. All-wheel drive V10 platform we know and love, sounds amazing. The car looks crazy, and it's really sort of kind of something I just think works somehow. Italdesign, I like what they're doing, I like where it's going, I like what this represents. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this one up there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you to Italdesign for letting me come and join in the car for a ride up the hill at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. Thanks as always, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers.